I think we are actually close to begin. I see that players are about to get ready. So
yeah, the players are getting on their starting mark, so we're about to start any moment now.
yeah,
So again, this is the second to last winners or not lose bracket, lower bracket final. Jason seems to have started. I think Luigi might be behind. Okay, so there might be a bit of difference. Either that or Luigi's stream is a bit behind, so we'll have to see if we can't fix that. But the race is now underway, with both players quickly going. Jason quitting out to obviously go do the run and gun.
Yeah.
And Luigi going in to do tutorial.
Yeah, we are already seeing the very big difference in routing. The difference in routing is due to the amount of coins they actually both players need to buy the weapons that they are actually going to use for the race. Luigi will need only 4 coins for buying the spread. Jason will need much more coins. I believe 8.
They finally fixed the unsynced issue, so we should be fine now. Both players are at the same timing.
Yeah, and Jason is doing Forest Follies. The only thing is required of Forest Follies for Jason are actually the coins. He's only doing the level for gathering enough coins and for buying actually buying the charge shot, which is the weapon you will need during the entire
It's important to not take a death during this part because arguably Forest Follies is longer than some of the starting bosses in this run.
Yeah. Ooh.
So having a death there could put you way behind, especially at the start.
Jason took a little bit took a quite large risk because he decided to go for the lower route by damage boosting through the pit, which is maybe faster, but of course is riskier. But he managed to pull off
calculated risk.
Calculated risk for sure, but man, if you died there. And Luigi is facing the root pack, pretty straightforward boss. There's nothing special to say about this boss. He's standing still at the center of the screen. You just need to hit as hard as possible, as long as possible until he dies. And yeah, Luigi gets rid of the first boss of this route, whereas Jason is doing the 3 top trouble, other 5 coins needed for buying the charge shot, and actually really starting this boss rush. And then we will see now both players will they have a very large gap between each other, but we will see soon Jason catching up with Luigi as long as the battle proceeds.
The important thing to note is that while technically charge shot is faster, you have to consistently get time saves over your opponent throughout the entire run, which can be a big reason why some people don't want to pick it up.
Yes. For Jason it makes sense because he is much more comfortable with these strategies, so you definitely want to join races with your best strategies, with one you know the best.
Yeah, so, arguably out of anyone that is going into that strategy, there's probably only like a handful of people that are confident enough to do it, and Jason is definitely one of them.
Yeah, yes. Luigi got that's far a perfect frogs fight because I believe he got perfect cycles. He didn't get extra cycles, so he should get.
Well, he didn't get did he get the face skip? I didn't see.
I believe he got only 3. He got 3 cycles, 2 cycles, so he's having an optimal fight. So we will see from the final time. It should be something around 110 if he didn't get extra cycles. Otherwise, something around 1 minute and 20.
1 hour frog fight.
1 hour and not even me.
Optimal time.
Nah, 110.
Yeah, you got a pretty good frog fight right there. Generally, unless something very special happens, you get around a minute 10 for frogs.
The optimal start for Luigi. Luigi will need to play very optimal in order to limit the coming back from Jason. As you will see, you start comparing times between the same bosses. Jason will be getting consistently better times.
Yeah.
So Luigi will be definitely under pressure. Even there, as you can see, Jason got 41. I believe Luigi got something around 45, which is.
Yeah, he got a 46, so already like a 5-second time save. So that's the big thing about it, is that it gives you that advantage, but it puts you way far behind, and even a single mistake can just like ruin the rest of the run for you.
Yes, now Jason has no margin of errors just because the longer route he chooses to follow already puts him in a very behind with respect to Luigi. So we will see
Yeah,
how
go
it end up.
Jason also getting the optimal RNG for the frogs right now, and Luigi getting a pretty good 35 on Goopy. Generally, for Goopy, you get within the range of about 35 to 37, so anywhere in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time. The Goofy battle can be sometimes problematic because it's not always easy to predict.
Yeah, I can attest to that one of it being problematic sometimes. It nearly cost me a race against Luigi.
Yeah, I died to Goofy as well.
To answer your question, Dylan, if you think either of these guys will be able to beat Kaleva, then you, or if I've got this in the bag, anything is possible throughout the tournament, like how yesterday it basically came down to a single dice roll for me to essentially take the win, so anything is possible.
Yeah, races are...
Jason taking a pretty good time on the frogs right now. That's what he got. Yeah, another 3-second time save.
Yeah, not that much there. Only 3 seconds, but...
The only spot that Jason is losing out on is the plane levels, because on those ones, it's definitely both players have to just get lucky on RNG, because his route does not give him any advantage in those, with the items he picks up.
Yeah, definitely. So actually, the play stages are the only ones for Luigi, which are available for saving some time and keeping Jason far away.
He has to consistently get good times on the plane levels to keep up with this faster route.
And a pretty tricky moments, Luigi, because he has to face the move phase of Hildeberg with 1 HP, which is usually the situation you are in, because you do some damage boost through the fight in order to gain some time. You usually end up facing the moon form with 1
11
HP.
is a pretty good time for that for Hildeberg.
Absolutely, yes, and he survived the fight.
Not getting the best for Goopy though.
Yeah,
Goopy definitely a boss that can just be annoying overall. Even if you have like optimal RNG or a better weapon to do it, it can still just be very tedious, especially if you don't get a good jump pattern.
Yeah, that one.
Sometimes he can like you and do a short jump pattern. Sometimes he can just continually bounce off walls and do long jumps, so that he has to do more jumps and things like that. Because he only does his transformation in the middle of the screen.
Yes, on center. He doesn't transform if he stays at the edge of the screens. That can make definitely.
Luigi not getting the best RNG for Hilda right now. Not Hilda, but Cagney. He's gonna have to play this relatively safe.
1 HP, only 1 HP. This is not an easy situation for him.
Nah.
Ooh, he had to play safe. That was clutch. That was
He's
clutch.
summoning his inner Justin, where he's gotta have the 1 HP the entire time.
Yeah, that was clutch because luckily for Luigi,
not actually connecting fully, so we'll be seeing if he gets enough damage to get the face skip, and he doesn't.
Ouch.
Right as he was firing his nuke, it actually hit one of Hilda's laugh attacks, so that's why it didn't connect all the way, so that's a shame.
They may lose a little bit of time here, Jason. Luigi clutched. Already clutched.
Definitely against Luigi though, especially when the plane levels already give Luigi kind of an edge, is like he needs all the time he can get.
Definitely. Because we will see, especially in the
unless there's a huge time save he can pull out, like he would have to consistently get at least, like, I'd say maybe 3 to 5 seconds to fully catch up with beating a boss behind at this point. And yeah, that one inability to get the damage boost, not the damage boost, the phase skip, cost him 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's not...
On a boss where he couldn't really do anything because of the RNG, so...
Yes. Despite he got bad RNG, only lost 3 seconds, so it's not the end of the boss.
Yeah, definitely compared to what it could have been, like, it's really good.
Luigi got is getting a pretty average RNG at say at Baroness. First minion was
He did get the damage skipped. I couldn't see if he got Jawbreaker because I was
no, he
watching.
didn't. He didn't.
He
He got
didn't? Okay.
no, he didn't. He got an average RNG. Got the candy corn and the
Going for the damage boost there, and he got a really good
candy
time.
machine.
Especially if he didn't get if he didn't get Jawbreaker.
Yeah,
A
that's a 48.
48, Jesus Christ.
48.
I think
Nice.
my best is like a 53.
I don't think I never beat Baroness in less than 1 minute in this category, so...
It's basically like entirely dependent on the damage boost and the Jawbreaker spawn.
Yeah, if the Jawbreaker
Things
spawns,
can affect your time a lot.
you can already say goodbye to 4 seconds for basically no reason.
Jason's slowly catching up, getting a better time on Cagney there. But Luigi is just showing that even without the quote-unquote optimal weapon, he's still gonna just pull ahead.
Wow. Luigi now is facing the genie. I believe he got bombs, so
Yeah,
he's
he
definitely going
picked
for
up bombs.
definitely going for bombs. Bombs make some battles later in the game faster and
Yeah.
safer. If we think about
The
Polywar.
big difference between Luigi's route and Jason's route is for Jason, all the other levels are going to be faster, but the plane levels are now going to be faster for Luigi, even if it's by like only a couple seconds, even with bad RNG.
Yes, definitely. Jason will not be able to save too much in the plane levels. Let's see, the new cut, the sucker off the mummy face. All good. Now he's going to face the puppet, which is pretty straightforward. The genie fight is not a really big deal in this category. I mean, it can be tricky if you don't pay attention, if you put yourself in dangerous spots, especially in the end. But overall, it's definitely one of the easiest fights of the route of this category. You can definitely take a breath.
Jason not getting the best RNG and actually getting the Jawbreaker during this one, and he still gets a relatively quick time, so let's see what he got.
That was close because had the fight
49, so he's also posting a really good time.
Lots a second there because Luigi got a 48.
Luigi with a 126.
Luigi is doing an amazing run as always.
Yeah, so again, remember, Jason is also picking up the bombs during this run, so he's actually trying to go for all the optimal boss times.
Yeah, but that's still
and you can see that Jason is actually slowly catching up on Luigi. Just trailing behind just a little bit more than he's probably hoping. That's probably just because of Luigi starting to post some extremely good times.
Yeah, there's still more than one boss of difference. He's definitely catching up, Jason, but the problem is, will be enough? Will be able to catch up with Luigi until before the race actually ends. We will see. If Luigi keeps playing like this, it's going to be very, very hard for Jason. If he keeps like this, probably needs Luigi.
Not getting the best RNG on Beppy, so this might be Jason's chance to catch up a bit.
Yeah, but that's not variable. I mean, a couple of seconds. It's not terrible if you get
any seconds matter though.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for Jason. I mean, even if he can gain a couple of seconds, gonna be clutch. Definitely gonna be clutch. No troubles for Luigi, apart from the slightly bad RNG with the horses. He's going to get rid of Peppy the Clown pretty easily. With 2 HPs, total control there. No troubles.
Jason accidentally missing a parry there. That would have gotten him a nuke, so it's going to be an issue. But he still gets it regardless.
109. 109 with
so that's a really good
yellow
time.
horse.
My best time only a second faster than that. Jason getting the kill onto Jimmy. 129.
Pretty similar, but I believe a little bit slower than Luigi's time.
Yeah, Luigi got a 126.
Definitely.
A 129 is also good, but generally with bombs, like you want to aim for the range of 130 to 127.
still 129 in a race. If the best is 127, it's an insane time. So I don't think they are going to complain too much about that.
Okay.
The problem is Jason is not catching up much, because if he compares the time they actually scored, we actually see that Luigi is gaining time here with respect to Jason. Jason is not saving time at all. So it's a very tricky spot for him.
Yeah,
Let's see
that's the problem with the the charge route. Jason getting really famous phase one. Is if the other person is consistently posting better times, like, you're not gonna be able to make it up, because the big thing that's meant to be for charge is you get better times than your opponent, so you make up that big time difference that you had because of having to do 2-run guns. And right now, he's making maybe back like a second or two.
Yeah.
And overall, it's not much, considering Luigi is posting really good times without getting those.
Yeah, Luigi is not doing any major mistake right now. And if he keeps like that, 106 is also a pretty decent time for Wally Warbles, I guess.
Yeah, it's a decent time for getting left pattern. Jason, though, finally getting some bigger times on the
Only
board.
3
with a
seconds.
106. Yeah.
Luigi got 109. No, he didn't. He's not saving too much.
Again, though, he needs to consistently get time saves to really catch up.
Yeah.
And in World 1, I don't think he got much time saves at all, so... Yeah.
There is the first real gatekeeper of the round, the Dragon. The Dragon is a fight that can go wrong to
I think the first gatekeeper is really Wally, because that, if you get the left pattern when you have 1 HP, you really have to just either play safe or take a death, potentially.
Yeah, definitely. But the Dragon is historically one of the worst boss, one of the most hard boss of the game, one of the most nerve-wracking boss, because there's not a real strategy. I mean, you just need to dodge things, to shoot at the Dragon, to
Definitely.
calm, stay focused, watch out for the clouds, put yourself in bad spots. But at the same time, you need to also be quick, because this is a race after all. So you need to find that kind of optimum. I mean, not dying, playing safer.
I don't think... Yeah, Luigi didn't get the best early phase, because what you want to do is you want to actually, for the most part, get a longer phase 1, so that phase 2 basically goes by in an instant.
Oh, okay.
And Luigi didn't actually get that. He was kind of stuck on phase 2 for a bit, so...
With 2 HPs, he gets the knockout with no troubles whatsoever. Another amazing fight from Luigi, even though
Jason,
probably...
I think, having to go for safety stress there, so he might be a bit behind.
108. Wow.
Well, 106, actually, still with safety strats. Still managing to keep pace with Luigi.
Jason will need to... At this point, the race is getting shorter and shorter, because we are approaching the end. And 3 seconds for level, I don't think will be enough. Jason needs to gain at least 10, if not 15 seconds per level, if he really wants to have a shot at this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. When it comes to, like, the longer bosses, if Jason can't pull off something.
Now Jason has to face the Dragon.
Now we're getting into arguably the bosses that have the most RNG that can really sway this match.
Yeah. Starting from the B. The B, if you get really bad RNG here, you get some animations that during which you can hurt the boss, and those can cost you a lot of time.
Then arguably the 2 bosses that are probably consistently the most annoying for people in this tournament are going to be coming up soon, being Werner Werman, which has given people some issues, as well as Briny Beard.
Definitely Briny Beard is going to be
those bosses, like, if the RNG can be so different that even without getting something like Charge Shot, you can have like 10 seconds of difference.
Yeah,
which has been seen in matches before.
Yeah. See if Luigi gets the quick kill on the B. It looks like he... Yes, he got it. He does. Nice. Very nice done for Luigi. This is a very...
Jason getting a really decent time on that one. We'll have to see that. Luigi getting a 54, which is actually really good.
Wow. Check.
Jason saving, I think he got like 2 2? No, he got 4 seconds because Luigi had a 108.
Yeah. Actually, Luigi is on PB pace because it's really close to his PB. I just have a look now.
Yeah, someone, I think it was Wolf or someone else said that he was 2 seconds off his PB at the time.
Yeah, 2 seconds. Definitely 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was Wolf.
Yeah. And Jason is actually entering to Island 3, and whereas Luigi is facing the robot. First phase of the robot with bombs is arguably faster than without bombs because you can actually hit multiple hitboxes at the same time, and that allows you to save a very large amount of time. And after that you have of course the bullet head, where you just need to hit the boss as much as possible, and at the same time avoiding a lot of shards that spreads in radial paths, and sometimes in conjunction with the electrified steel walls. It may be a hard dodge, but even with bombs, you can actually have extra hits that makes the fight shorter and actually safer.
Jason actually got optimal RNG for his B, so let's see if he can't shave some time.
Not really.
Luigi finishing his Dr. Cal, so let's see his
I believe with a very good time. 53.
53 is a really good time.
Yeah, considering that Luigi
Jason
just
going
to
can he get his face get? Yeah, he does. I think Jason might have beat Luigi's time there by a couple because he did get optimal security guard.
Yeah, just to
give
52,
you so 2 seconds.
To give you some numbers, Jason has a PB of 32 and 42 seconds, and Luigi right now is only 2 seconds apart from his PB. So actually Luigi is traveling times that Jason actually haven't reached yet. So for Jason now it's very hard to actually compete right now with Luigi. In these specific moments, he definitely needs a death or unexpected or a very unlucky episode for him. Or to bluff around or to...
Why are you doing this when we've already established that Caster's Curse is a thing?
No. I mean, if it happens, not my fault. Not this time. But yeah, the problem is for Jason is Luigi is traveling at his own pace, which is definitely different with respect to Jason's pace. This for him may be a problem. But we will see. I mean, this is a race. Everything can happen. We will see.
Yeah, that's the issue with the charge that I mentioned earlier, is that it's only as good as the other person like making mistakes or getting bad RNG, because charge allows you to basically just bypass whatever RNG you get and just like skip through and just damage all the way through whatever you get.
Yeah.
Whereas what Luigi's doing is basically just like doing the best with what he gets. So that's the big difference there. Jason finishing up Cal, so let's see the time he gets from that.
59.
59, not what you want to see if you are Jason right now, but still a relatively good time.
Werner Wehrmann, this is one of the fights Luigi is scared the most. Definitely,
yeah,
Luigi always
says
the
amount of randomness that is in this boss, like, you could be the world's best runner and still, like, just not like this boss because it can just not give you what you want, or you could just do something weird all of a sudden.
Luigi's in a good shape, he got the 2 cycles, so he's not going to lose time at all there. This phase, it's really fun to play, it's really satisfying dodging every attack, but it's really easy to just mess up with the patterns and just getting hit over and over and over. But this is not the case of Luigi. Luigi is having an insane fight right now. And now the cat reveals himself, the real threat. And with 3 HP, a couple of spread shots, should not have troubles. He gets the knockout, clean knockout. Oh, and got twist. There was a mouse. The cat was just a robot. Like a puppet, and the mouse was the real brain behind all of this. Surprise! But 55 is it's a time. It's definitely a time. 55.
All right, let's see what Jason got with his. He got a 52, which I think is. I can't remember what Luigi got off the top of my head, but I think it's about 5 seconds saved.
He got around a minute, so he shaved off 7 seconds.
Yeah.
The race is almost over, so yeah.
Now for arguably the boss that has given people a lot of trouble throughout the run.
The first hit may be bad. Let's see. Ooh, two very clutch parties there. If he gets only 2 hits, it's not be a good RNG. He gets 3 hits, so this RNG can still be saved, I guess. But definitely Luigi doesn't.
Barrel not
get
liking
the...
him today,
Oh,
and he
God.
got the dogs.
Yeah, that's not good RNG. He's already in 1 HP. Luigi
Especially
needs to
now that he's out of EXs, so he had to take the long route of just waiting it out, and he
God,
got the gun again.
so his RNG is absolutely awful for Luigi. He needs to pay attention. The
Briny
boss
Beard
thing is 1 HP.
not wanting to be enjoyable today.
No, very bad capture Grinder for him. Let's see if he needs to clutch this fight. Let's see if he decides to play safe. He decides to play safe. He decides not to parry the laser, and that's to have a safe knockout. He probably lose the world record pace, but the important here is not getting world record. The important is
getting a minute, which isn't too bad, especially when you have to play it safe. But with RNG, like if depending on the RNG pattern, I've gotten stuff like 46 seconds.
Yeah.
So that just shows you that you can get 14-second time saves just with different RNG.
Yeah.
So, not to mention, if Jason gets different or it doesn't matter really what RNG Jason gets because he'll just be able to shoot through it. He doesn't have to stay up close like Luigi did.
Yeah, he can definitely keep the distance, and this even if he gets multiple gunshots or the dogfish with the charge shot, he can simply keep these distances and hitting the pirate over and over until he dies. So definitely with this Jason setup, this fight is much more easier and much less RNG dependent.
Definitely.
Luigi is facing Calamaria. This boss can be threatening. There's not really anything special to say about this boss.
Not
Just
really.
need to
the
be
most
careful
you
not
can say
to...
about it is that you have to get lucky with some of the parries sometimes, or the parry at bull attacks.
Yeah, and you definitely need to focus, because even though there are no particular strategies there, it's still easy, as you can see, it's easy to find yourself in tricky spots. Luigi is not in any situation. Now he has to do the last phase. Sometimes can be tricky, because if you find some spiky walls at the very right edge, they may be very hard to see in time and dodge them. So Luigi needs to be careful here.
Okay, so Jason with a 7-second time save for Luigi. He himself didn't get like the best RNG. A couple of his shots didn't connect fully because of either the barrel or something else on screen, but still, 7 seconds on just RNG is pretty good. Yeah. Luigi getting a 111 on Calamaria.
Actually, Jason used the lobber for the pirate instead of the spread, because actually the lobber it's definitely more useful than the spread shot, because as we said before, long range weapons are definitely most suitable for the pirate fight instead of short range weapons like the spread shot, which are definitely useful only if you keep yourself close to the boss, but you have to keep distance. That weapon is pretty much useless.
A big thing here for Luigi right now is if he can get the phase skip. Not the phase skip, the 2-cycle on the skeleton. He is geared up to do it, so fires the EX to clear off the pumpkin, the little ghost.
Should be in good shape for getting it.
Can he do it?
Yes.
He does, just enough.
Easy every time for Luigi. And now the twin phase. Let's see if Luigi will try to pull off the 1-cycle engine phase of the train. A strategy that's been discovered recently and can save you a lot of time, because actually getting 1 cycle then is really useful. Because
yeah, he's opting to save most of his EXs, so he's most likely going to be going for that.
Yeah, I would definitely try, because he has 5 EX ready to be shot. So definitely we'll go for it. Let's see if he gets it. If you get it, you are going to save a lot of time.
Jason getting 1 second slower on what's it, Calamaria? That's not the best.
He's not going to get it.
Can he get it? Nope.
He missed one.
I think he got a poof on one of those, so either that or it just like didn't connect fully.
that fire ring that got stuck around Cuphead was a thing.
A 126, which is it's pretty good, but there have definitely been better times for the boss. Now Jason's hand up here. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, he gets closer to the goals. At this point, Luigi probably already knows that he needs to play super risky, and probably Jason knows that if Luigi plays at around his PB pace, they have not much chances because of course there's almost 1 minute of difference in PBs. But of course in races everything can happen.
Jason getting a much faster skeleton.
Yeah,
like he got the one cycle, but he basically got it immediately as the boss started his second attack cycle.
Yeah, the charge shot puts in a lot of advantage because even here you can simply, for shots you don't even need to be aggressive. You can just keep your distance and poof, all the twins go down. No threat at all. Which now is facing King Dice. We have already seen many times the little board game that King Dice wants that cut.
Jason getting the one cycle though.
Jason will definitely catch up there. This should be around.
Let's see, this time say
109. Nice.
109, so that's 17 seconds for Jason.
That's a lot. That's actually a lot. That's actually a lot.
Definitely.
Luigi, for instance, can't die at King Dice. If he dies there. And he's in a good shape because he has 4 HP. He knows he's on a good pace. Probably knows Jason's pace. He knows that Luigi here can take a little bit safer. He doesn't need to take unnecessary risks because he knows that dying here. Oh my god, it got 2 hits there.
Yeah, the problem with this boss is that while it seems pretty simple, a lot of the times you'll take a hit by simply just being like a pixel into the hitbox with those spikes, or just having a bad jump where you kind of autopilot doing damage.
Yeah.
Jason getting the fast dice roll on the first one.
And 2 hearts also on his path, so Jason can take 2 extra hits there.
And again, remember, Luigi has to continue doing pretty optimal times on these bosses, as Jason's going to catch up pretty quickly on these mini bosses that have a lot less health.
Yeah, definitely. And Jason has a lot of HP actually, so he can definitely play a lot riskier than Luigi. And
Luigi not getting the best RNG for this first boss, or for this the 8-ball boss. Usually you want to see the orange one coming up right at the end.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything about the roll dice this time, so so
yeah,
okay.
You. Now Luigi opting to just play it safe, not going for any fast dice rolls right now.
No, it doesn't make any sense going for fast roll there. Okay, now he's in the final King Dice showdown. He has 2 HP, so he can't really play too aggressive there because you usually want to damage boost through the cards in order to keep constantly shooting at the enemy.
He still finishes off King Dice in a really decent time.
Yeah, definitely.
Jason's slowly catching up. As you can see, he's only a mini boss and King Dice himself behind right now. So he's getting up at 210, which is pretty good.
Yeah, the problem is now Jason is not even close enough.
Jason needs a
2 deaths.
I'm not gonna say it.
At least 2 deaths on the devil, because even if Luigi dies right now, Jason will be.
If it happens, you said it, so I'm holding you to that.
I
just didn't want to say it.
But realistically, Luigi should die twice, because even if he dies once, Jason will be still at the death. We're still fighting King Dice at that point.
If it's the last phase, it'll be enough.
So Luigi is now facing the devil, which is the final boss actually.
Yeah, right now this is Luigi's race to lose. But I think as long as things go his way, even with Spider, he's still comfortable as long as he doesn't die.
Yeah, it definitely needs.
Because Spider's an annoying attack, but overall it's pretty simple to avoid it.
Yeah.
It's basically just wait till it's on screen and dash to the appropriate side.
Yeah,
Luigi just has to play it safe right now, and he'll be good.
This is tricky. This is a tricky pattern. Ooh, that Daddy X was absolutely clutch too. keeping floating in the air and actually dodged the blue fireball. Oh, was that
Jason getting a 202, so saving 8 seconds over Luigi's time.
last phase from the devil. Ah, that hit from the axle was not really necessary. Parrying the bomb is really important because if that bomb explodes, it has a huge.
Yeah, it's basically the entire screen.
Yeah, half the screen. Now you can simply throw a full spready X shot on his eyes, making the devil crying even more. This is the only last boss that instead of fighting until the very
Luigi
end,
going
he
into the
starts
final
crying.
phase, comfortably with 2 health, and it's done. Luigi with the final time of 35:06.
Wow, 35:06. So let's see if I can get the SRL
GG's to
time.
Luigi.
Let's see if I can look up to the SRL time. I guess I can't because I wasn't in the room. But long story short, Luigi wins the race and now he's in the loser final where he will be facing Kaleman Hera for gaining the access to the grand final and actually having the chance to win the entire tournament. Jason is now facing the last phase of the devil. GG to Luigi for another great race on his part, but GG for Jason, which definitely entertains all of us with his charge strategies, which are definitely incredible cool to watch, and showcasing something different with respect to the other runs. And he got also a clutch knockout here because he was in a very tricky situation, a tier on one side and the falling chip from the other side, and he got a pretty clutch knockout there. GG to Jason, which also finished the round with a time of 36 minutes 11 seconds. Still around 1 minute of difference among the two. Not that much. Definitely a close race. Luigi just simply played its own best Cuphead, but Jason fought until the very end, and he fiercely proved to all of us that he's a very great player, and even with not optimal strats, he still managed to reach 4th place overall in the tournament. So congrats to Jason for this amazing performance here at the AB Glitchless tournament. Now let's see if we can actually have.
Okay, so
we have Jason.
There's Jason. Yeah, so Jason said he can, Luigi can't, sadly. So yeah. So yeah, GG Jason on the extremely good race.
Hi, thanks.
Yeah, amazing race, amazing performance overall in the tournament, because you today, of course, unfortunately you lost, but you still got 4th place around in the tournament, which with not optimal strategies, which is an amazing result for you. Amazing results, amazing tournament.
Jason had to be there to represent all the charge shot users.
Yeah,
showing that it's still a really good strat to use.
Yeah, and I think that we all had a great time actually pulling off this super cool strategy with the charge shot. And yeah, we can only say thanks to you for your amazing performances here. Today you faced a player who simply had another godlike day, and unfortunately there's not much you could have done to actually beat Luigi. You needed probably a big mistake from his part or a death, but he just played perfectly.
Yeah, again, with his time that he got, I had no chance even if I hit my PB. I would have had to beat my PB by a good like 20 seconds or so to have matched his time.
Yeah, actually,
another ridiculous run.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about during the commentary, is that like even with the charge, like Luigi was getting such insane times that you were just only catching him up by maybe a second to like 3 seconds every run.
Yeah, and I need like 6 to 7 second time saves on average probably.
Yeah,
for it to be
definitely.
worth it. I ended up with a 33-25 loadless, which is not bad, but I saw Luigi got 32 something, 32-12.
Yeah, I think it was a 32-12.
Yeah.
3rd place in the leaderboard. Yeah, you should have. You should really. You needed a really strong PB this time. There's nothing you can do. I mean, when a player pulls off a race at time like this, honestly, basically nothing can really do. I mean, if Luigi keeps playing like this, he has the tournament on his own hands.
I'm a little disappointed though, because I told Luigi if he's gonna beat me, he might as well just get the world record, and he didn't do that.
He got bad RNG. He got very bad RNG at Pirate, so he lost.
Yeah, Briny put him back by like a decent couple seconds. He got him on that one, so.
Yeah, he was on PB pace before Captain Brinebeard, but then he lost something around 10 seconds. And yeah, I got a very, very detrimental RNG. He got full shotgun twice, and then he got dogfishes, and then shotgun again with 1 HP. And
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Very, very, very bad RNG. And actually, and surviving that pattern actually it's very difficult as well. So props to him for actually not dying there.
Yeah.
That pattern is got a great time. And yeah, I think that this is the main theme of the match. I believe you still did an amazing race. I mean, 33-25 is a very good time. And overall, I'd say you have to be proud of your performance here at the tournament. You got 4th place, which is something very remarkable. And yeah, you should be very, very proud of you, of your performance.
Yeah, I'm really happy with my tournament performance overall. This tournament was really fun. I can't wait for another one in the future. And there's no shame in losing to Luigi, so you know, best of luck to all the rest of the competitors. Luigi's going to be a tough guy to beat, even though he is in the losers bracket. You're going to have your work cut out for you if he makes it out of there, Potato.
I've pulled off some miracles already. I think in the bag somewhere.
I've seen him. How many more do you have left, though?
You may pay a commentator very well to curse Luigi in some way. So maybe you can try that rod if you want, but I don't think it's a good one actually. But yeah, there's nothing else to say about this run. As we always tend to ask to our guests after a race, if you can tell us which fight did you feel like the best one in this race, and where instead have you had some more troubles and you felt like not an optimal one? The best and the worst. The usual question.
My best fight in this race, I guess. Well, I mean, looking at my splits, I had all red splits this entire race except for Sally. I golded. I had a pretty good Sally fight. I think it was 52 seconds, which is pretty good.
Wow.
But my worst fight was probably also Brinebeard. I had the one RNG pattern that I could not 3-cycle because he always does the 4-shot in the beginning, and then he did a 2-shot and then a 3-shot for me. And normally with Charge and Lobber, you could get him to final phase after any other pattern, but whenever he uses the Octagon 3 times in a row, there's just no chance.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of time there too. I could have saved like 13 more seconds off my time, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Captain Brinebeard.
Yeah, Brinebeard decided to not be enjoyable today. Gave bad RNG to Luigi, and arguably not the greatest RNG to you.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Luigi also clutched a couple of fights here and there, so.
Yeah, I had a couple intense ones for sure.
You definitely need him to die at some point. but I mean, whatever. Those are race for you. Actually, consider that even in other games, having such a great run on races, it's really insane. Sometimes, even I join other tournaments in these periods, and I can tell you that even the world record holder usually don't do races close to the world record. They usually gets worse times, 30-40 seconds worst, because the races are another story. I mean, there's viewers watching you. There's a competition. There's the pressure. Luigi simply doesn't care. I mean, Luigi is in the place as he was playing alone in his home with no one watching him, no pressure. It's a machine. It's impressive. I'm really impressed.
Yeah. He just got in the zone. He's been in there ever since he lost a Potato. He's been just
he's got to get that extra 110% in there. So yeah, so Jason, you're on your way out of this tournament. Are there any things you would want to say to the people watching and also the people that were rooting for you the whole time?
Yeah, thanks to all my supporters out there. Sorry I couldn't go further in the tournament, but I can't be mad about a 4th place finish, and losing to Luigi is nothing to be embarrassed about for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone that participated in the tournament. Thanks to Luigi. I hope you do well. I'd like to say I lost to the eventual tournament winners. So if Luigi turns around and then just loses next round, I kind of feel like it was all for nothing. But good luck to everyone else left as well. And thanks to Speed Gaming and to all the commentators so far, especially you guys for commentating this match. And I guess that's about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, yeah, with that, I don't think there's any matches scheduled currently. No. The next match will be Kaleva versus Luigi, which should be a really good match. And then the match after that, that also needs to be scheduled at some point, will be the winner versus me in the best of 3, I think it is.
No, it's it's simply best of 1. If you lose the first match, you actually have a 1 undershot. Basically, your opponent Luigi needs to beat you twice in a row to win.
Is it? I thought it was a best of 3 because that's what it's listed on as the.
I think it's only a best of 3 if it's
3.
The grand finals. I think if Luigi knocks you out the first time, or whoever wins the next match, whoever would have to beat you, and then it'd be like the finals, and I think that's best of 3, or I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how that.
No, works. It should be like.
We'll have to talk to Salmon on that one, but it's still going to be whoever wins the Kaleva and Luigi match will come back up to face me in a rematch for the tournament.
Yeah.
Let's get some
usual format for grand final, but we will ask to Salmon to be
yeah, there'll be some really good matches. So let's get some final GGs in chat. Follow the runners if you want to stay up to date with them. And I think that's about it, unless you guys have anything else you guys want to add.
Nope, I think that's it. Thanks again, guys. It's been a fun tournament.
Thank you, everyone. Hope everyone has a good day and all that stuff. And yeah, everyone take care and bye-bye.
Bye.